Creativity is all my life. So I have no souvenir of having learned creativity. It's all my life. And one day I decided to turn this passion into a job, because when I was 40, I already spent 16 years in a bank, and I discovered a need for new ideas. So I said, there is a demand, maybe I can be the supply. This is the beginning of the story. I run Brainstorm as an amateur. It went well, people were happy, but honestly, I didn't understand exactly what I was doing. And when I decided to turn this passion into a job, I said to myself, I need to understand. And I went back to university, I studied philosophy, and slowly I understood what is creative thinking. And for example, I realized that in this creative thinking expression, the key word is not creative, the key word is thinking. And it changed my way to run brainstorms. And slowly I arrived to the conclusion that in the end, ideas do exist, but we don't see them. And creativity is not so much about having a brand new idea nobody had before. It's much more a mental attitude that gives you the opportunity to observe, to select, to decide, to encourage an existing idea. To me, it's a game. You have the rule of the game, you cannot challenge. For example, thinking is made of two strokes. One is about imagination, the other is about judgment. And one rule, for example, is don't try to do both at the same time. It doesn't work. So you have the rules of thinking. You have to understand, to admit, fine. But then the second part is to become a better player. With the same rules, some people are better than others. And that's another message. You cannot learn creativity. You have to practice, to exercise. And I used to teach mathematics. When you teach mathematics, you have some knowledge you want to transfer. When you teach creativity, no, you just share your passion. It's completely different. Kafka once said, in a fight between you and the world, you should bet on the world. And this is a starting point. You have to obey a changing world. You have to find new things, because no change is not an option. The real alternative is you lead the change or you're the victim of the change. And if you want to lead the change, which is a better option, you need new ideas. So creativity is a must. Otherwise, you become the victim of the change. That's the point.